Hey gang, I've got a 10-minute game up. An opponent rated 1068, so we're in the 1000 to 1100 range, and I'm going to play knight to f3. So when I'm playing against lower rated players, I try and stick to openings that I haven't prepared so well, so that we're focusing on principles rather than relying on knowledge and theory. Okay, that's unusual. Moved the f-pawn very early there. This is inviting d5, kicking the knight, which will come with tempo. Also, you have to notice that this is now open. So at any point if my knight should move, my queen could go to h5, and then that would probably force g6 to be played. And that might not be what black wants to do. So knight could come here, possibly swap off, doubling pawns. Knight could come here, could get kicked very easily. So already I think we have a little looseness in the opening. So basically, at this point, the normal move I think is to capture on d4 with the Scotch opening. Okay, now the knight's undeveloped itself, so we have a significant development lead already. I think knight c3 looks very natural. Could think about fianchettoing this bishop, although there's a dark squared pawn chain, so that doesn't look very, very good. Although the bishop doesn't have anywhere safe to land on the king's side. Could even think about just grabbing more space with the pawn push. If I put my bishop here and c6 takes, maybe takes, don't know about that. So let's just play the knight out. Best option of a limited selection, I think, but it's principled. Okay. Bishop e3 is an idea. F takes. Get a central pawn majority. Doesn't really help me though. It means I develop a piece and we swap it all off. So could bring the queen out first and then the bishop. Don't see any danger from that. This knight's going to have trouble now. So the only square it's got is now a6, and that's not a very good square. So now bishop e3, if bishop takes, queen takes, and I've got 3 pieces out in the board compared to a big fat 0 for black. So you see, that's the difference. If I'd have just played the bishop out here straight away, takes, and I've got 2 pieces on the board at the end of all of that. Okay, so let's bring this bishop out. I can still capture with the pawn if I want to. Okay, bishop's now retreated, so we've won another tempo, and that could be important. The question is now, where's black going to castle? Well, it's going to take a while to castle kingside, because one of these pawns has got to move to allow this bishop out. Okay, so that's one move. Bishop's got to move, knight's got to move, queen's got to move, and then castle. So he's 5 moves away from castling that way. Now, I'm kind of inclined to see, this bishop can't see down that side of the board, right? I think I'm just going to pull my bishop out now. Maybe castle kingside. Okay, so this knight can now come to here or here. I think a3, just take away this square. See how far behind black is in development now. So he's got 3 pieces out in the board. I've got 5, and I'm about to castle. I don't know if I'd be comfortable going that way as black, putting my king there. But I just want to hold my options open. I think if black does go that way, I'd be inclined to castle queenside, and then maybe think about pawn storm with these guys. Okay, looks like he wants to fianchetto that bishop there, but don't really know why. Okay, I still want to keep my options open to some degree. Or shall I just declare my hand? And if these two were the other way round, I could win a piece that way. I don't want to undevelop my bishop, do I? Okay, let's just castle kingside. Got 6.5 minutes left on the clock, so I don't want to mess around too much. Okay, we've now completed development. We are now in the middle game. Okay, he's gone kingside as well. Interesting. Now my bishop's quite well placed to go to h6. This bishop is not so good now. So maybe I need to think about getting my queen somewhere good. Right, how do we break through? I'm going to play b4 just for now. Just to remove any ideas of the bishop going there. Although I would like to get rid of this pawn and open up this diagonal towards the king. There's a lot of fresh air on that diagonal. Okay, it's a defensive knight. I push there. Knight could go there. Now this knight is a bad knight. I've got ideas maybe of pushing the h-pawn up, trying to break things open, but I feel like I'm not quite there yet. So I need to improve my pieces. How do we do this? I'm in danger of losing on time as well. Okay, I'm going to put my queen here. Think about just quietly swapping around my queen and my bishop and try and win this knight. I know it's not a very good knight, but hey, it's a knight. Then we could just go for a war of attrition, simplify, swap off. Okay, that's actually good for me. I said I wanted rid of that pawn. Okay, I now have this option with check. Then I could slide my queen in here, for example. So what's he going to do? He can't block with the bishop. Okay, he has to move there. So now I'm actually threatening this knight. See if black notices the threat. Got two attackers against one defender in the shape of the light square bishop. Okay, spotted the threat. Now I can just drop my bishop back to here. It's defended by a pawn there. And that bishop is now, I'd say, improved. The black king actually has no squares to move to. That knight is now looking a bit more of a target. I can't play there yet. Alright, okay. Right, if you take the knight, I have to recapture that pawn, so we're not keen on that idea. How about this? Just line up against this bishop now. Again, 2-on-1. Just want to layer up the threats. My opponent's playing pretty well for, what is it, 1000? 1068, yeah, playing pretty well. I have a4 because this pawn is actually pinned, stopping the bishop, the queen from grabbing the knight. So that's an idea. Could push up here. Could push up, take, even. Bishop takes. I'll probably capture there. And if exchange queens, the bishop will retreat. And I haven't messed up my pawns. So he's got a knight, I've got a bishop. Having said that, that's not his best bishop. This bishop's far better because, well, I don't know about far better. There's dark square pawns there, there's light square pawns there. 5 minutes on the clock. We have to motor. One option is move my king, drop the knight back there. I can't drop the knight back there right now because my rook is... The knight's actually pinned. So if black takes the knight, okay. Right, queen e2, defends the knight and attacks black's queen. So my objective now is to play snappy moves, and each one ideally coming with a threat. I want to stop my opponent in his tracks, I want to make him think. Okay. Alright, now I'd love to put my bishop on there, but the knight's preventing that, so let's play this idea now. Pawn takes, I've got knight takes, and then the queen's attacking that. Or if pawn takes, I could take with the bishop, but I'd like to keep my bishop on this diagonal here. So now I'm trying to use the clock as a weapon in the game. I was behind on time at the start, but I'm now managing to land some blows, maybe body blows. Ah, I've just undefended my pawn. Haha. Now the knight's not defended. Well, that was a good spot by black. Still the pawn is pinned, can't move. Queen could come in here. 4 minutes 03. Oh, he grabbed another pawn. You devil. Okay. Right. Knight's pinned. Right, I want to attack the queen. Attack the queen with the knight. This pawn's now safe. Queen can't take there because pawn takes. Where's the queen got? Can't go there. That's possibility. Can't go there, 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 there. Can go there, and that's out. So looks like queen has two options. Okay, she's taken that one. That's fine. Do we have to worry about the bishop taking this knight? Bishop takes, queen takes, pawn takes. It's not too bad. I am 2 pawns down. So I'm going to take here. Threatening the knight. If pawn takes, I do have queen takes, but that then under defends this guy. Yeah, so if queen takes, bishop takes, pawn takes, my king's kind of open. But then I've got line of sight on here. The queen's undefended. We could end up swapping off queens. Let's grab the pawn. Make him think. Bishop takes, pawn takes. I'd love to put my bishop there, wouldn't I? These knights can maybe do a bit more. This one can. This bishop's doing a decent job. This bishop's looking a bit awkward. Okay. Now, do I grab the knight? I think I grabbed the knight now. Oh no, bishop's looking at my rook. Okay. No deal. That pawn's now on prise, but the knight is also hanging. So, he's 1 pawn up right now. And he has to move his knight. But it can't go there and can't go there. He's going to have to go all the way back here. In which case, I have the danger, I have the threat of attacking this rook. Because the rook can't move, but I'm also defending this pawn with queen d5. There might be a plan. This would be nice to do as well. Even bishop there. Bishop there attacks the rook and defends the pawn just as well. And also threatens to go here, hitting the queen. That might be a good move. So I'm expecting knight b8 and then... Oof. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Okay, do you want to take that with check? Is that the idea? Okay, I'm going to play my bishop here now. Threatening the rook, but mainly defending that pawn. I can still win the knight. I didn't know what their plan was. I mean, something like this, king here, queen g2 mate. Or is that still on? There. Yeah, I think that might be an unstoppable mate there. We place queen g6. I'm done for. I could block with that bishop, which is only temporary fix. Should have taken more time to think that through. Question is, has black taken the time to think it through? Should have moved that rook. At least give my king a... Okay. Wow. Alright, this isn't too bad. I think that was an error. Because now I can play f4, so queen can't go there because of the bishop. I think he did have a winning move here, and then queen in. And the difference is that first move would have come with check, you see. So queen here with check, there's no way to block. Oh, okay, that's okay. Still, queen g2 is protected by the bishop. And they are down to 49 seconds. Whoa! Scary monsters time, eh? Okay, I'm thinking rook g1 to attack the queen. Queen take, I think that's okay. This is just a counter-attack. Good old-fashioned common old garden counter-attack. Well, you nearly got me there, Tushar, 110. You really nearly did. Okay, I don't see a great threat there. I've got 2 minutes. Let's use them. Queen f1 is an option. Try and trade off. Save the day. I think you might be thinking, capture the bishop and then take on there, right? So I think queen f1 stops that. He takes the bishop, I take the queen. If he trades queens, his attack's gone, I think. So I think we should be alright there. But I did make a boo-boo. Let's attack the queen again. Just for laughs. I don't see any main threat. Well, I hope he analyses this game, and I hope he realises that he missed a win there. Okay. He's got 5 seconds. I'm going to grab the rook. Okay, he's recaptured. And now, I don't know, what's the best thing to do? Save my bishop? Attack the knight here. Looks okay. And that's our time. Woof! Good one. Okay, sent me a message. What's he said? Oh, I'd like to chat. Well played. You missed the win there. Okay, wants another 10-minute. Let's do it. You got time? Okay, I'm going to play the French. Got a lesson in less than 15 minutes, so we need to motor on. Okay, pre-move the recapture. Alright, knight there. Shouldn't have accepted this game, I haven't got time to play it. Okay, queen b6. Okay, so now we've got 3 attackers. The knight here to d2 actually blocked the queen's defense of that pawn. So now there's only 2 defenders. If takes, I'm going to recapture. So I'll pre-move that. So I've got to finish this off using very little of my clock. I have got 2 minutes of my own to use. Okay, and now this pawn's hanging. Okay, let's throw in a check. Let's throw in another check. Bishop here, I've got b2, b2. Okay, I'm 2 pawns in front. I'll also have, okay, bishop, right. So we need to develop. Let's just bring that bishop out, guard the king. Can't play that anyway because the queen's got it. Sometimes when you play quick, it prompts your opponent to play quick. But the idea is to play quick without mistakes. And the rook moves, I've got this pawn. I'm thinking bishop here, lined up on this nice diagonal. Maybe get the queen on there at some point. Okay, what's that knight doing? It's going to clear off, that's what it's doing. Go on, get out of here. Get out of it. He's undefended that pawn as well. I could have just grabbed the pawn, couldn't I? Okay, let's bring the bishop out. I want to play my knight here, maybe here, or here. Okay, knight. Not worried about that. Oh, okay, it's skewered the queen actually. So he could win a pawn. Don't have that many squares left. Okay, I'm going to grab that. That bishop could have been instrumental in trapping my queen. So I'm quite happy to swap that bugger off. Right, let's castle the king. Not messing around now. So we've got double isolated pawns now on the e-file. Don't really see the point of that particular manoeuvre. Okay. I'm going to drop my queen down to here because that pawn's undefended. If he puts his bishop in, I'll just move and we're okay. If he drops his bishop back, he's probably preparing to put his queen in front, so we'll need to play g6. Okay, you've noticed that. Well done. Going to play this. If bishop takes, f takes, opens up the f file completely. Let's pre-move it. Alright, king's moved away. Interesting. Okay, how do we get another attacker on that pawn or on that? Let's drop the queen back here. 2 attackers on this. Okay, I'm going to capture. And pre-move the queen, recapture. Alright. Rooks are defending each other. His pawns aren't great, are they? I'm actually 3 pawns up. So trading pawns now would be good, but he can't capture because the queen's actually undefended behind it. So that pawn's actually pinned. So I'm going to just trade off some material now. Trade off pawns. He's undefended his rook. That was poor. Okay, you can play rook or queen to there. You need, if you can move 2 pieces to the same square on the back rank, you avoid the back rank mate. Okay. Let's grab that pawn then. Also preparing a skewer on queen and rook. Ha! Okay, I'm unconcerned, but I'm not going to let you grab my rook. I'm going to attack the bishop. Hopefully now the bishop's going to move. It can't. Oh, it can go there actually. Bishop moves and still allows this. Might be able to play. Okay, this is the skewer. So the skewer means that there's a more valuable piece being attacked, and behind it is also a less valuable piece that would be attacked. So it's kind of the opposite of a pin, where you've got a less valuable piece in front of a more valuable piece. Queen captures, I've got his bishop, and I'm 2 rooks up. Woof. Thank you, Zara. Okay, resignation. Well done. Good play by my opponent. We'll leave it there. Just 2 quick games against a 1000 player. Played pretty well on the whole. You can see that the tactics were there, but 10-minute games, there are going to be mistakes probably on both sides. I was lucky actually in the first game that he didn't figure out the forced win. This game, I think, went a bit more easily. So there you go. That's how 1000 rated, nearly 1100 rated player plays against a 1400. So all good fun. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.